Welcome to another edition of the BCL podcast. My name is Sandeep. I'm joined here today by Mr. Hiranmay Malik. Hiranmay is the founder and CEO of the smart commuting app Tumak. Tumak is a service which plans your commute to and from work or anywhere else for that matter, right down to the last mile, using all modes of public transportation available. Is that fair to say, Hiranmay?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So first of all, I'd just like to say thank you to Hiranmay for joining us today. I'm sure you have a very busy schedule, so we really do appreciate it. The aim of this conversation is to discuss public transportation in India and what role Tumak plays in that system. So if you're ready, I'll begin with the first question.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Go ahead, please.
So, in big cities like Bangalore, most of the metropolitan cities in India, traffic seems to be a huge problem and it's only been getting worse. I mean, if you look at the car sales or any auto sales over the last 10, 15 years, the trend has been, steadily increasing. People spend hours a day commuting to and from work.
Yes.
Your app aims to get more people onto public transport. Do you think one of
Absolutely.
the reasons why public transport hasn't been as attractive an option is because of its poor quality issues, or has it been because of a lack of accessibility?
So I would say that there are multiple factors. So if you talk about I would like to give you maybe a couple of facts, the numbers. The share of public transport way back in 90s, early 2000, it was around 60%. But the people point in time and the people who used to commute right now, there is a huge jump, right? If suppose there were, say, for example, 1 million vehicles are on road, maybe 1 million or 5 million people are traveling. Now more than 100 million people able to travel, right?
Yeah.
But the share of public transport has to have gone beyond it, because public transport, the two things that it can do is that the coverage is good. Transport is always known for connectivity, right? It can metro. But I think why the share of public transport is decreasing, it has come down to right now it's around 40% and it's continuously going down, predominantly because of two aspects. First thing is that we have to understand in terms of what lagging public transport being not a viable option. There are a couple of options which I think in every pitch that I mentioned is the two credible gaps, which is first is um, accurate information of public transport. Like, even though informations are available, you might get it offline, you might get it in different sources, but there is not a standard source, standard form, or a consumable, easily consumable format, right? Where you can go and then, so basically, if you talk about Olas and Ubers, they what they have given is no access on a fingertip, right? You can just go put source destination, 3 4 clicks, you are able to get that ride on your fingertip. And for the similar search, if you want like to do it in public, for public transport, you have to go search multiple websites. You have to do at least a 10 to 15 minutes search to find out like what are options. That option also is not viable, or that option is not realistic or accurate. So first thing is that real time actionable accurate information are missing in a proper format. And the second thing is that no connectivity is missing, right? Even though like the road transport agencies like BMTC or Metro in Bangalore, they are definitely working more on increasing their fleets, not focusing more on the first and last mile connectivity, right? So, and if that is missing right now, if everything is available on fingertip, you would like to take those services rather than public transport, right? How I would like to first information, I would, if somebody can tell me, okay, this is the time the bus is coming, this is the probability of getting a seat, and now you can book a ride to reach to that bus that you're looking for, or this particular metro that you're going, then probably the probability of people coming or affecting their decision making of taking public transport or not is higher. So I think this is there are two things. One is that the other way, the other companies like Olas and Uber are the aggregators. They are more investing in technology, they are making life easy, and public transport is more focusing on increasing their fleets rather than working on the technology side. connectivity side, information side. So I think this common platform is missing. No, I would say the information connectivity both are missing, and that is the reason it is not a viable option.
Okay, fair enough. Studies have shown also that there is a clear effect which increased public transport usage has on reducing air pollution. A lot of cities in India obviously have a big problem with their quality of air. Do you think TUMUK has the ability to make a significant difference on this environmental issue?
See, I would say that what basically TUMUK is the reverse of commute. The commute, what if you reverse it, is TUMUK, right? Without E, the letter E. So what basically we do is that we help users travel from source to destination using best possible public transport option. Then we are saying that we are making public transport reducing share to be reversed. That's why we have reversed the word commute, commute to TUMUK. So automatically, so share mobility, the beauty of share mobility is that, like in a particular a bus, say 40 people or 50 people can travel at a time. Okay, the same fuel to be burned, same space, road space to be taken. If you talk about a car, or if you talk about a bike, or talk about any other mobility, which are like I would say more dedicated, or maybe those are kind of like at a time they cannot accommodate more people, right? So it's about like 40 people going in 40 different vehicles, and 40 people getting into a bus or a metro. It definitely makes sense. It reduces the road space also the same time, and reduces carbon, and thus reducing the carbon footprint also. And the TUMUK, the platform is designed in such a way that every time you take a public transport, it kinds of tells you how much carbon that you're going to save. And that also one of the reasons that many youngsters right now, the people, the commuters, they're more concerned about environmental things. But that only is a additional, like just for doing environmental, or just for saving carbon, you are not going to take public transport unless and until public transport is viable onto your doorstep, right? So yes, TUMUK is trying to address both the things, that creating a platform which will solve the information connectivity, and also let people know how much carbon that they're going to save, and keep probing them. Hey, you have saved 20 grams of carbon this week. Why don't you save 40 grams so that we plant a tree on your name? Then people will say, okay, then I will take TUMUK, or I would like to use public transport more. To first thing is that ease of use is there. I can trust public transport first thing, then only I will come and save carbon. So yes, so we are trying to solve both the things. One is that giving the or facilitating the complete infrastructure first to make public transport viable, and then yes, letting them know how much carbon that they're going to save. And then future people will know that more and more contribution in terms of carbon saving and tree plantation, they're contributing to society. And then definitely they will slowly start using more and more public transport. Yes, so that is what it is.
Okay. The private sector, with companies like Yulu and Bounce, are filling a gap in urban transit infrastructure in a way that the government has not been able to address so far. And what role do you see the private sector having in improving the public transport system in India moving forward? What do you expect the government to do in this situation?
I would like, this is in fact I will share you, there is a white paper which is published so I'm a part of a forum called Sustainable Mafia, or all sustainable companies like water, earth, transport, everybody is there trying to solve the sustainability thing. There I had a white paper on this, okay, how a government and private agencies put together can create a change, rather than I would say individually, or government is only focusing on say public transport infrastructure, and private companies are focusing more on ridership. We are not going to solve anything. We are only going to add more and more traffic to the road, more and more vehicles to the road, and it is not going to solve the mobility. And that is the reason that Bangalore, if you talk about Bangalore, like pre-COVID, it was hardly, like I used to take couple of hours to reach to my office, which is around 8 kilometers from my home, right? 10 years, 15 years back, maybe 10, 15 minutes. So what we have to focus right now is how all the ecosystem enablers. First is government, all the government bodies. It's not only no say public transport agencies. It is the land development authority, be no the public transport agencies. Then you have environmental bodies in government. You have sustainable bodies in the government, like say Niti Aayog, or in say in city level also we have authorities who are responsible for urban mobility, urban city planning. Those authority put together along with the mobility as a service companies like no Tumok, say Ulus, say instead of addressing issues individually in different parts of the ecosystem, I think they can sit on a particular table on a discussion forum and work on as a PPP model, private public private model, where they can think is that how their infrastructure can be no integrated with public, can be integrated with private, how both can talk to each other, how Yulu can increase the ridership of BMTC, how BMTC can gives infrastructure access to say Tumok, how Tumok, Yulu, Bounce put together can create that first last mile connectivity and mobility access for all public transport. So all have to work together. I like Tumok, that's why we say that Tumok is a platform which actually perfectly amalgamates the public transport infrastructure and first and last mile connectivity, and the government and all the bodies, all the ecosystem bodies, not only private and this thing, all the ecosystem enablers should come into one forum, on one discussion forum, and work towards it. Maybe for a couple of years or 3 years to find out, because in Western countries, we talk about it's all like if I have a startup, I would like to do something with the public transport, they're definitely going to go and then support you. And that's why the public transport information is very, very organized there, which is not in India, right? But I think changes have started. Niti Aayog and the lot of agencies like BMTC is focusing. BMTC is actually helping us in a lot of things. Like Hyderabad Metro is enabling. We have done a pilot in Hyderabad in association with the Hyderabad Metro and L&T. They have given us station access and stuff. And going further, it has to be, and it will be, all the stakeholders has to be together to work for each other's benefit, not for, I should not only focus on Tumok's ridership or this thing. I also should focus on how much crowd or how much user I will add to BMTC if I run that. And absolutely our business model is focusing on that. More and more people coming to bus and metro. If I can do that, then automatically I will grow. And that's why the system is created. Yes, all these bodies should work together instead of competing with each other. Yes, definitely, yes.
So in your experience, would you say in your interactions with the government, do you see real interest from their side in terms of trying to solve this problem? Like, I mean, compared to like other Southeast Asian countries like Singapore, South Korea, who are actually, miles ahead of us. But do you think we're trying to head in that direction?
We are heading. I think we are a lot to catch. We are not even 20%. Still, government bodies, they have their own apprehension that losing the ridership to say Olas and Ubers. Yes, and definitely yes. And Olas and Ubers, they are also focusing more, or the mobility as a service companies, they are also focusing more on how to get more. So it's like at the end of the day, more users like. But if they both can talk to each other, if Tumok can talk to BMTC and Metro, say that I can bring you 100,000 users by connecting first and last mile, because those users are not using the otherwise, then definitely yes. And transit agencies are now started to take a step forward, but I think in the future, yes, that will be better. But I think a lot to catch. Now, there are a lot of things both the parties have to do. Still, it is missing.
Okay, fair enough. The pandemic has obviously meant that a lot of people have to work from home. And as a result, commuting has almost been non-existent, except for essential services during the lockdown, both this year and last year. And this, I'm sure, has posed a lot of challenges for Tumok. Do you think you could describe some of those issues for us?
Yes. So I would say pre-COVID and post-COVID, and going further, maybe till everything normalizes in terms of the fear of taking share mobility, or fear of coming out, or I think it's a new normal now. We have to live with it. And with that, if you talk about the um, say the ridership in the public transport was drastically reduced, right? If it was like for Bangalore, I'll just give you a number. It was around 5 million for BMTC Metro put together ridership. Now that it is completely closed now. Just yesterday it's opened. But when things were better during COVID, also like October to December time, still they were at 20-30% of their ridership, right? And and so overall market is missing. Overall market of mobility is missing, and it is going to take some time, and that is a challenge for everybody, like for us also, for public transport agencies also. But we have to instill more confidence in people in terms of giving them more safety instructions, making our infrastructure more safe, making them, ensuring them, okay, no, you can trust public transport, and all your safety are taken care of. I think public transport nobody can avoid, right? Still, if you talk about share of public, like 20 lakh, 25 lakh people were taking BMTC bus in a day, which is huge. Okay. So I think it impacted in terms of people going out of their house or taking public transport, and the fear of taking a shared mobility right now is there. But I think slowly, with the vaccination coming to the picture, government bodies coming, and we are also talking to the user, reaching out to them, and then letting them know that everything is taken care of. Sanitizing is been done. Social distancing inside the bus and metro is taken care of. I have taken metro, and it was absolutely clean and taken care of like 2-3 months before. So if both the things can be taken care, I think the share of, and slowly things will be normalized. But the challenge is definitely there, and it will take some time to settle, and we have to live with it. But we have to only enhance our safety features and make sure our infrastructure is kind of giving them a surety that their safety is taken care of. Then only they're going to come back.
All right. And lastly, we just wanted to ask you about your vision for the future. How do you see TUMOC growing, and what are the milestones you hope to achieve in the next couple of years?
Yeah. So last 5 months have been great for us. So 4 years, like we have been there for 5 years. 4 years have been more on in terms of establishing the ecosystem, internal ecosystem, laying foundations, working towards lot of aspect of putting us kind of. So 4 years have been more on in terms of associations, reaching to different markets, exploring associations with BMTC, metros. Kind of the product also evolved, kind of the product that we had and the product right now, there's a huge difference. But I would say January onwards, even though COVID is still there and last 2 months have been not that good, but I think we have grown as a company in terms of people accepting TUMOC. We have grown in terms of user base. We have grown to 60K users now in last 4 months of time. And our plan is to acquire at least 1 million user in next 8 months of time by April 2022. And that only is going to happen if we can, like, our vision is straight and clear, making public transport stations accessible to every doorstep. And we are going to make or let user know that we are going to solve two things for you. One is that you don't have to go to a number of sites, a number of, or you don't have to scratch your head for getting an accurate information of public transport. All public transport, multimodal information can be gathered, can be modeled, can be, I would say, can be streamlined and presented in a very simple and consumable, I would say, in a very simplistic, realistic, and actionable way, so that you can trust on it. And we are going to do that. Our communication is like that. And our focus is to integrate with all these mobility as a service companies. We have our own partners also for first last mile. I think in the next 3-4 months have to be letting people know why public transport is important and what TUMOC is going to make the difference in that way. And they can use TUMOC. They can depend on TUMOC to kind of depend on public transport. And we are trying to organize the unorganized public transport information market, reaching out to more and more people in different forms, and also creating an infrastructure internally in order not only in communication to make them a kind of, when you download Tumok, you can see, okay, this public transport can also be fun, public transport can also be accessible, public transport can also be trusted, public transport can also be assessed from wherever you are. So yes, we have to do a lot of things. We are doing, just started getting users, and next 1 year has to be more and more reaching to more user, letting them know what we are doing it, and giving them the confidence that public transport can be uh, organized, assessed, and be used in a better way. And we are going to do that. Yes. So we say that, okay, we are trying to create the transit for India. Next 1 year, you would say that we would like to position ourselves in the minds of user, more than their wallet share. We want to win their mind share. Okay, we want to be part of their everyday journey lifestyle. Like, if you want to come out of your or start your journey from A to B, then you should use Tumok to know that or plan your journey better. Yeah, that is what we are trying to do in next 1 year, and be, yeah, part of their everyday journey lifestyle. That is what we have to do. Yes.
Okay, great. I think we've covered everything for today. Thank you once again, Hiranmay, for lending us your time. We really appreciate you sharing your thoughts and answering our questions today. We hope it was as enjoyable for you as it was for us.
Absolutely. All the questions are well thought of, and it's
Thank you.
great and great way of articulating also. And I hope that whatever I have shared right now, I don't know how far it is kind of relatable, but yes, I tried my best. Whatever we are doing, and then we are trying to build. I wanted to be as honest as possible, and I hope that I have mentioned something which actually you see some value in the future, or in the future. Yeah, that is what it is.
Yeah, definitely. It was a very fruitful conversation. Very
Thanks a
interesting.
lot. Same here, Sandeep.
Okay.
Thanks.